One winter morning, I see Sahib standing by the fenced gate of the neighborhood club, watching two young men dressed in white playing tennis. So this club is tennis club and Sahib is watching two young men and they are dressed in white and they are playing tennis. I like the game, he hums, content to watch it standing behind the fence. Content means he was satisfied watching the game behind the standing behind the fence. I go inside when no one is around, he admits. He agrees on this that he goes inside when no one is around. The gatekeeper lets me use the swing. So the gatekeeper is a kind person who lets him and let him play on the swings. Sahib too is wearing tennis shoes that look strange over his discolored shirt and shorts. Sahib, he himself is wearing tennis shoes, but it's quite strange. Why? Because of his discolored shirt and shorts. He is not wearing white dress. That's why it is looking very odd, because his shirt is discolored and his shorts too. Someone gave them to me. What does he say? He says, someone gave them to me. He says in the manner of an explanation. Anish Jung did not ask, then also he explained over there. The fact that they are discarded shoes of some rich boy who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them. I hope you understood that what is the fact over there? It was not given to him by somebody. The fact can be that these are discarded shoes of some rich boy who perhaps refused to wear them because of a hole in one of them. So one of the shoes has a hole in them that was worn by Sahib Alam. Does not bother him. For one who has walked barefoot, even shoes with a hole is a dream come true. And here Anish Jung says that such kind of hole, it doesn't matter for such kind of people, such kind of children who has walked barefoot, who do not have any footies to wear. And for them, shoes with a hole is even a dream that come true, that is fulfilled. But the game he is watching so intently is out of his reach. No doubt that that game he was watching intently means attentively with great interest, was just out of his reach. This morning Sahib is on his way to the milk booth. From the last paragraph, when Anish Jung is telling about Sahib Alam's interest in tennis, it seems that the boy, he loves to enjoy pleasures of childhood. He loves to play tennis and wear tennis shoes, though it is not in his reach, it is beyond his reach. This morning, Sahib is on his way to the milk booth. In his hand is a steel canister. I now work in a tea stall down the road, he says, pointing in the distance. Pointing in the distance means he was just pointing to the tea stall in the distance. I am paid 800 rupees and all my meals. He says that he is an employee now. He got a job over there where in milk in the tea stall, and he was on the way to the milk booth. In his hand there is a steel canister to get milk, and he announces over there that now he is a employee in a tea stall and he gets 800 rupees per month and all his meals over there. Does he like the job? I ask. His face, I see, has lost the carefree look. When Anish Jung asked him, does he like the job? That time his face, that young child's face, Sahib Alam's face, that was noticed by Anish Jung, has lost the carefree look. The way he was carefree when he was a rag picker, that look was not there on his face now. What is there? Burden was shown over there. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag. Please do underline this line. The steel canister seems heavier than the plastic bag he would carry so lightly over his shoulders. He used to carry that plastic bag for rack picking over his shoulders that was lighter than this steel canister. Though he's paid over there 800 rupees and all meals, then also that canister seems heavier than the plastic bag. What can be the reason over here? The reason is the bag was his. The canister belongs to the man who owns the tea shop. Sahib is no longer his own master. So here it says that his face seems quite burdensome. He is no more a free bird and a master of his own self. Now he is a bonded laborer with surrendered freedom. He doesn't have the same freedom that he had earlier when he was only a rag picker. So here the story of Sahib-e-Alam ends. 3 questions are here, children. These are: what is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? Where is he and where has he come from? What explanations does the author offer for the children not wearing footwear? Is Sahib happy working at the tea stall? Explain. These 3 questions, after reading and after listening or watching these videos, if you answer these 3 questions on your own, it means you understood the chapter till now. If you are unable to answer these 3 questions, then you're supposed to listen, watch these videos again. Rest you can ask teacher.